Hey, Shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit, and Shalom to the elect. Today I'm be getting into this video on this flood that happened in Texas, okay? But I found another video, okay, that showed that this same thing happened, okay, in Texas before, in the same exact spot. Okay, so this is a clear judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and I just wanted to get this. I wanted to show brothers this. Okay, and the guy you see on it is on the video is William Shatner, right? And William Shatner is known for unsolved mysteries and weirded out shit, Star Trek. Okay, so this is more than likely a ritual that's being taken place. But even though it's more than likely that, okay, it's still a judgment on these people. Okay, and the Lord is judging these people for what they've done to His people. All right, and this camp that was flooded, okay, it's a camp for rich people. All right, I'm gonna read this. This is Psalms 83. And let me get this one real quick. I'll start at 2 and I'm gonna jump down. It says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and against thy hidden ones. And they have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more." Okay, we know this scripture, but I'm gonna jump down. We usually don't read this a lot, but I'm gonna read it. This is Psalms 83:11. It says, "Make their nobles like Oreb." All right, and we know that Oreb was defeated, and like Zeeb. Okay, and again, this was a rich people camp. It says, "All the princes of Zebah as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take ourselves the house of power in possession." Right? "Let us sell them as slaves. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm." All right, and we're gonna see this is exactly what the Lord did. Let me play this video. This is fair use. This isn't for monetary gain.
1987, the small town of Comfort, Texas, became the scene of a heroic rescue and tragic loss. Much of the footage you will see was taped on that day by the banks of the Guadalupe River. It was the day they were supposed to go home. The more than 300 children at the church camp were awakened early. The river was flooded. If they didn't leave soon, their buses might not be able to leave at all.
They come in there rushing us up and everything, telling us get up, get packed and all this stuff, and everybody was asking why. They said we gotta get out of here because the river was flowing over.
And we started going around the corner. We would go down the hill, then water started coming in the bus and stuff. We tried to back up, but then the bus got stuck, so they made all of us get out of the bus.
And that's whenever the first wave hit us and started scattering people to different trees.
Kids clinging onto the trees like ants, surrounded by rushing water. Chris Ray was the first to be rescued.
How many are there of you? There's about 40. How many? 40. In the bus? Well, the bus. We all got out the bus. The bus started going down.
As news bulletins spread the word of the flood and accident, more help arrived, but many parents feared the worst.
I know for me that it was like you've got two daughters down there. Now, obviously, they both are not going to make it. Which one would you choose? Which one would you have come back?
I mean, it seemed like every tree had a facial to it. It was a very dangerous situation when we're literally surrounded by trees, 50 trees with our blades. knowing that if they got caught in the trees, they would be cut loose. Sergeant Mackenzie first tried to reach 16-year-old Scott Chatham, already weakened by leukemia and chemotherapy. Was for 26 feet behind the trees. At 11:30 that morning, it was... But 10 children died in the waters of the Guadalupe River.
And that's the spirit too. That was a church bus. They're showing that, these people, that Jesus is no power in that. Okay, but these devils, they're being persecuted, for coming against the children of the Lord, first and foremost, and all the wickedness that they've done in the earth. Okay, they slayed all these Palestinians and destroyed all them. Okay, and the Lord is bringing judgment. This is the book of Proverbs, 28:5. It says, evil men understand not judgment. All right, and if they understood judgment, they'd have stopped from doing that. Okay, and a lot of our people are evil as well. Okay, because when the things happen, George Floyd dies, Travion Henderson, he get destroyed. Okay, Travion Martin, excuse me. Who else? We can go on for days. Sandra Bland. These people really were evil, man. Okay? And this was the judgment that they got coming to them. And this is the judgment that's going to happen to a lot of you Jakes as well, man. Okay? Because Esau is not the only evil demon out here. Okay? You niggas have become demons as well. All right? And you don't understand exactly what's going on. You don't have the proper fear of the Lord. And this is what you need, especially in this time. Okay, because you don't want to be, going around here all willy-nilly in a time to come, man. Okay, you're going to have to be circumspect. You're going to have to understand what the Lord requires, and you're going to have to be doing it, or else you're going to cast judgment. Again, this is Proverbs 28:5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai understand all things. Okay, and we understand that. This was the same thing happening to these people over and over. Right? The scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, let me play this video, fair use.
And we have the latest numbers from that Camp Mystic. We have at least 27 campers and counselors confirmed dead.
And you hear that word, Camp Mystic. Okay, let's look up that word mystic. Okay. Let's see what that means. Oh, man. That word mystic, right?
Mystic.
Okay, it says in Merriam-Webster, it says a mystical sense of relating to mysteries or esoteric rites, occult, okay, having magical properties. Okay, so this is all a form of witchcraft. So more than likely, this here was a sacrifice. Okay, it's a sacrifice, and it'll happen over and over, because this devil would do these things on the ley lines. Okay, I guarantee you that this town, Guadalupe, okay, and Guadalupe is an idol. All right, Guadalupe is an idol that a lot of Spanish worship. Okay, so we see a lot of people getting deported. Northern Kingdoms, so-called Spanish. Okay, this may be just that. Okay, these devils are tricky. All right, and this is what they do. Okay, they sacrifice children, for power, okay, and influence with their wicked demons. All right, how we know that? We know that according to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. Okay, it says, this is Wisdom of Solomon 12, and 2. It says, therefore chasten thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them into remembrance wherein they have offended. Okay, and this happened before. Okay, this happened before out there. Okay, and even though this is a sacrifice, it could be a sacrifice. It's all the Lord's will. Okay, so I'm putting you in remembrance of what happened before. Okay, and they're being put in remembrance as well. It says, wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Yahweh Bashem Shai. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both the old inhabitants of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcrafts. Okay, mystic. Okay, that's witchcraft. Okay, a mystic is a witch. Mysticism is witchcraft. Okay, and these are the same things that go on. This is ultimately why this place is going to be destroyed, man, because of all the sin and witchcraft and things of that nature that go on here. Right, the scriptures say, she selleth nations through her witchcrafts. All right, it says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. Okay, child sacrifice. It says, also these merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh and feasts of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew. Okay, Guadalupe, idol. Okay, and the parents that kill with their own hands the souls destitute of help. All right, and we don't know for certain if this was a cult ritual, but we know one thing for certain, that this was judgment. Okay, and the Lord has, right, spirits created for vengeance. Okay, and these people, suffer the consequences of their actions, and it's gonna be on a worldwide scale what we're gonna see coming up. Okay, and also brothers and sisters in this truth are gonna be tested as well, man. All right, but hey, you see that this is nothing new, right? There's nothing new under the sun. Matter of fact, I'll get that and close it out. It's the book of Ecclesiastes. Bear with me. Ecclesiastes 1:9, it says, the thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, so brothers and sisters, be circumspect, do the right thing, man, because judgment is going forth like I've never seen it. Okay, and maybe I was, ignorant. No doubt I was ignorant, before I came into this truth. But since I've been in this truth, I haven't seen judgment go forth like this. This is ramping up, and it's a beautiful thing. So stay circumspect and be aware. Lord will use edified. I'll end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well and teach well, and shalom to the elect.